everybody, Captain Algebra here. I'm here with my September video game pickups. Had not that much, but got some good stuff. Everything came from Game Corner, except I did get one game from Target. We're going to jump right in. Got some NES games. I'm also going to add some gameplay footage this time. A little easier now that I'm not buying as much every month. So let's see. First game, got the original Adventures of Lolo. So it's a fun little puzzle game. You go through the stages of the castle going after your girlfriend Lala. And every stage is a puzzle and it gets tougher and tougher. Sometimes you have to kill the enemies. Sometimes you need to block the enemies so they don't kill you. A lot of strategy into it. Usually nothing moves until you move, so you can at least get an idea of what the level is going to be like and kind of plan out an attack. And then after, I think, 5 levels, you move up to the next floor. So it's a pretty fun game. If you like puzzle games, I definitely recommend it. Next game, Bump and Jump. So this is a fun car combat game. So just like in the title, you can bump cars into the sides, you can jump on top of them, and they're trying to bump into you and kill you. There's also a little warning sign that goes on when you need to jump over a gap. And those gaps change in size as you go, make them tougher. I'm not very good at the game. In fact, the first time I tried playing it, I thought you just had to jump on the cars, which is not easy to do. Then I realized that you can bump them. But there are some like vans that release stuff behind them that can hurt you, and you can't bump them off the road. So it's a very fun game. It's pretty challenging, but definitely recommend it. And next, we've got Kung Fu Heroes, which is a fun little beat-em-up game. So each stage, you go around and there's just some enemies that come in, and after you beat a certain amount of them, the door opens up in the back and you can escape. And each level has some blocks you can break, and you can get power-ups. Sometimes there's a key to open up a stairwell that'll go to like a bonus game, or it also has warp points. And then every 4 levels is kind of like a boss stage. A lot of fun, again, like most NES games, pretty difficult, but really enjoy it. And then last NES games, the Flintstones, The Rescue of Dino and Hoppy. So this is a fun little platformer from Taito. I've never played Surprise at Dinosaur Peak, but I think it's similar to that game. Graphics look great, music's good. It's pretty challenging, but you go around hopping around. You can grab onto ledges and actually pull yourself up, which is pretty cool. And if you hold down the, I believe, B button, you can bring up your power meter, so you swing your club harder. And at the end of the stage is normally a boss. I haven't got very far in it. Like I said, it's pretty tough, but a very good game. And this one's definitely nowhere near as expensive as the Surprise at Dinosaur Peak. So if you see that one, definitely pick it up. Next, just went to the video game store recently. He got a bunch of Super Nintendo games. And then on his eBay store, I noticed there was a PlayStation 2 game I really wanted. So we'll start with that one. And for the PS2, I got the Mega Man X collection. So I love the Mega Man games, and the Mega Man X came from the Super Nintendo, and then I think it went on to the PlayStation for a few more. But you're X, and you go around fighting the Mavericks instead of Robot Masters. It's really cool. You get a charge shot. You can jump up walls to find power-ups and bonuses. And then what's nice about this one is, so first Mega Man X isn't that expensive, but 2 and 3 have gotten pricey for the Super Nintendo. So this has those. It also has Mega Man 4, 5, and 6. And then it does say 7. There's a, I think, Mega Man Battle and Chase Racing game. But you have to unlock it. So it's really fun if you like the Mega Man games, especially the Mega Man X games. Definitely look into this. It's cheaper than buying all the games separately. So I love getting these collections because it makes some of these games more affordable. And then for Super Nintendo games, let's see. We'll start with, we got Choplifter III. So this is a kind of like a side-scrolling shooter, but you can turn your chopper both or left and right and go either direction. You can face towards the TV and shoot straight down, which you have to do for some enemies. But your goal is to rescue a bunch of hostages. So sometimes they're just there on the ground and you just have to land and pick them up. Other times you have to blow up some buildings and they'll escape there. You can only hold 10 at a time, so sometimes you got to run back, drop them off before you can go back and get some other ones. Really fun game. Looks great, sounds great. If you like those side-scrolling shooters, definitely recommend it. Then next, we've got Super Smash TV. Smash TV was originally an arcade game. A lot of fun. And this game I've been wanting ever since Nefarious West had recommended it for our weekly retro challenge for our Super Nintendo Viewer's Choice game, but unfortunately it wasn't selected. So I've definitely wanted this game. I'd played it in the arcades. I've played it on, I think I've got a PS2 collection of NES of like arcade classics, and that was on it. So it's a lot of fun. It's a little weird to get used to because each button, the A, B, X, and Y shoots a different direction, so you just got to get used to that. But it's pretty hectic. A lot of enemies come around. You can get different power-ups to shoot things, and then at the end of the stage, you fight Mutoid Man, and he takes a very long time to beat. Not very good at it, but it is a very fun game, very fast-paced. If you play two-player, you actually get to. It's like a competition who gets the most points, and you can collect cash and stuff like that. So that's a great game. And then the last Super Nintendo game, I got The Legend of the Mystical Ninja. It's an action platformer. It's actually, I'm pretty sure, I might be wrong, a sequel or a prequel to the Goemon game on Nintendo 64, which is getting kind of expensive on 64. But it's a lot of fun. You go around fighting enemies. There's the story, something about a ghost woman, and so the ghosts started to attack, and you're fighting them. And it's kind of weird. You get, when you collect cats, you get power-ups, so your weapon gets better. So first thing is just this little like sandal, and then the next time you get it, it gets longer, and then the third time you get like this kind of, seems like a yo-yo type thing. It shoots out even further on a string, but then when you get hit, you lose a power. So you gotta be careful of that. The game looks fantastic. It sounds great. Boss battles are fun. I haven't played much, so I got just through the first boss, but it's a really enjoyable game, and it's not that expensive right now. So if you see that, definitely check it out. Great game. And then the last game just came out a couple weeks ago, and I had to get it day one because I'm a huge fan of the series. That was Metroid Samus Returns for the 3DS. Fortunately, I do not have a way to capture game footage for my 3DS games, but it's fantastic. It's if you want to see what the game looks like, there's plenty of YouTube videos out there. But it's a remake of Metroid 2 Return of Samus on the Game Boy, which is one of my favorite Metroid games. Just because it's a little more linear than the other Metroids. And it's really good. Graphics look fantastic. The music's great. I do wish they would have done more with the original music. Kind of like in the first area, it has the original music, but then after that, they've got music from like Metroid Prime and Super Metroid, which is cool, but I would rather than keep the original music. It's got a really cool counter mechanism now that if an enemy attacks you, you press, I don't remember what button it is, maybe B. I can't remember how the buttons are laid out on 3DS, but it does this little swipe move, and it knocks them, like, not unconscious, but like kind of dizzy, and you can shoot them real quick. So that works as even on the Metroids on certain times. If they'll like a flash and attack you, and you press it, and you can get in some good hits. That's nice. There's also different abilities you get other than the normal, like Morph Ball and Power Bomb and Super Missile, that kind of stuff. One allows you to shoot faster. One allows you to slow down time, which helps you get across the blocks that break if you want to get to a certain power-up. Let's see, there's one that gives you like an electrical charge so you don't take damage from enemies. And then the best one, in my opinion, is it allows you to give like a scan of a certain amount of area of the map, and it shows you all the secrets are, which is really nice for someone like me. I don't like exploring and trying to find everything. I'd rather just know where it is and go get it. But it's nice if you don't like that, you don't have to use it. So you can still play it where you got to search for everything. So it's a fantastic game. I don't really like it on the 3DS just because I don't, it's just kind of hard to control pressing all the certain buttons. And sometimes you need to like stand up out of Morph Ball quickly. And since you have to use the little circle pad instead of the D-pad, that sometimes doesn't work right. But it's great. If you like the Metroid series, I definitely recommend it. It's a fantastic 2D Metroid. I really wish they'd make more of these. I like the Prime games. They're fun. But the 2D games are always better in my opinion. So there you go. That was my pickups for September. I don't know if this will be my first video or there'll be another one. It's been a few weeks. My wife and I are moving. And so we've been waiting to get internet fixed. And that hasn't been working really well. So hopefully we'll get all that taken care of. I can get more videos uploaded soon. So thanks for watching. So like, comment, subscribe. Check out my Facebook page. I'll be, letting you know what I'm uploading and some of the stuff I get. Again, thanks for watching. Until next time, this is Captain Algebra, signing off.